Hi guys, welcome and thank you for joining us today on another episode of Unusual Eunice. And my name still remains Eunice Mambo. I hope we're all doing great and we're staying safe. Okay, cutting the long story short, let's get straight to business on today's story. Wow, Osazua. Osazua is a student of the University of Port Harcourt. Osazua very stubborn. You know how boys are when they're in school, especially when they're in one society or the other. He was quite popular, very stubborn boy. You know, he was here and there, and everywhere you would see Osazua, he was known as a bad boy. If he was really bad, I don't think so. Now, Osazua came across Beatrice. Beatrice also a student of the University of Port Harcourt. They met each other, boy talks to girl, girl agrees to boy, and they started a relationship. This relationship was blossoming, especially when, they started to discover each other. And when they started to discover each other, sexually. And, when you discover a woman rightly, she becomes very comfortable with you. And once a woman is comfortable with you, she's your own personal porn star. I hope you know that. Okay, so, Beatrice discovered her sexual desires with Osazua, which Osazua also did the same thing, which made the love wow. They both finished from the University of Port Harcourt, and before you know it, they both moved to Lagos. Osazua initially was the first to get a job with a bank in Lagos. As time goes on, Beatrice also got a job, so they were fine, doing their thing, enjoying their lives. Oh, how much they loved each other. Osazua adored Beatrice. The same with Beatrice, she adored Osazua. It was a beautiful union. Boom, they got married, everything was going on right. First 5 years, no child, they didn't care. They loved each other, people were talking, tongues were wagging. Boom, 10 years down the line, no child, boom. Now at this point, Beatrice was getting weary though. But Osazua I didn't care. So long as Beatrice is with me, I don't care. It's me and you against the world. Everything was going on smoothly and rightly. And finally, God answered their prayer. Boom, Beatrice became pregnant. Oh, wow. The day they heard it was the happiest day of their lives. They were excited. They hugged each other. As a matter of fact, they had crazy sex that night. Even Beatrice was like, oh my God, I hope this is not even going to push out the baby. They were so excited. 9 months down the line, they have a baby boy. Bouncing baby boy. Oh wow, they were excited. They were a couple that everybody wanted to just be like them. You wanted to just emulate them. They had love, they had peace, they were contented. Okay, so they were, everything was going fine. 10 years, 15 years down the line. On this fateful day, Beatrice's phone rings. It so happens that it's the principal from their son's school saying, your son has been very sick. I think you should come get him. Sick? Really? What's wrong? Boom. She rushes to the school. She sees her son on the floor, very pale, look like he's been sick for years. What's wrong? What did you eat? What's this? What's happening here? Did you eat anything else? What's upsetting your stomach? Everyone was worried. She picked up her son, guided him to the car, took him to the hospital. They get to the hospital, series of tests were carried out. Boom, 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 boom. He was looking like he's almost gonna die, as a matter of fact. She was so scared. She called her husband. Boom, Osazua showed up. 2 days after, some results from the test came out, and lo and behold, he had a problem with his kidney. Oh my God. Now, the problem with the kidney didn't even appear as though it's new. It appeared as though he's been there for a while. As a matter of fact, his lifespan now, it's dependent on how fast they can get a transplant done. A transplant? Oh my God. What's that going to cost? 28 million naira. 28 million naira? Remember, I never said they were multi-millionaires. They were a comfortable and happy couple. Where do we come by such money at times like this? Oh my God. They were running helter-skelter, trying to raise money, trying to go to everyone they know to please help them. You know, you never know what some things are until you're wearing the shoes. And then you know probably those that love you and those that don't. Anyway, they went helter-skelter trying to gather and raise money, all to no effort. They couldn't even raise 1 million. Now, on the other hand, right from when they were both in the university, we have Chief Richmond. Chief Richmond has always been in love with Beatrice. And he can never stop being in love with Beatrice. He loves her, adores the ground she walks on. Beatrice is beautiful. Beatrice is the kind of girl that other girls see and they turn around and look at her again and sincerely go like, oh my God, you're beautiful. She's that beautiful. Chief has always been bothering Beatrice's friend, Chairman. You know I love your friend. Talk to her. Whatever she wants. I will give her the world. I will give her this. I will even give her my life if she wants it. I really do love her. You know, all the time he's always, every time he sees Choma, bumps into Choma, he's always talking about Beatrice. On this fateful day, Beatrice calls Choma. Choma, I'm finished. What do I do? Explain to Choma everything that's been happening. And Choma says, oh my God, where are you going to come across 28 million now? My only option for you right now is just hook up with Chief. Chief is the only one that I see that can even help you at this time. And I'm sure giving you 28 million won't be a problem to Chief. He'll even do more than that for you. No way in hell. Why would you even say that? Me to Chief? I'm a married woman. I love my husband. I would never do anything like that. I would never cheat on my husband. No man would ever see my naked body. No way. I reject you in Jesus' name. And Chioma says to Beatrice, listen, you sound like you have choices here. You don't have choices. This is the only child you could ever have. And then they're telling you you should do something right away and you're sounding like you have options. You don't have options, Beatrice. They're friends. She had to talk some sense into her friend. Oh my God, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? What am I going to do? She cuts the phone. Osazu, on the other hand, went looking for his friend. He has a big boyfriend in Lagos that is also doing very well, owns a few mansions here and there in choice areas in Lagos. He's doing very well. He had to call his friend like, I really need to see you. I really need to see you. They've been friends since university days. They're buddies. They were both stubborn and all that those days. He goes to see his friend. He explains everything to his friend. His friend goes like, wow, that's a tough situation out there. Okay, you know what? I'm leaving for Abuja in another 2 hours. I'll be back a day after tomorrow. Just come by me and let's talk about this again. Okay? You know, blah, blah, blah. Hands him a few change, you know, and he leaves. He comes back home, you know, they're still thinking, what am I going to do? What am I not going to do? What am I going to do? What am I not going to do? The phone rings. The doctor calls the wife saying, listen, we've tried our best. Your son looks like every minute we're losing him. Even the life support machine he's on, I don't think that can even hold him anymore. You guys got to do something. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. The next morning, very early in the morning, boom. Osezua steps out, you know, to just go find solutions somehow. Beatrice was there, left alone in the house. She picks her phone, calls Chioma. Call Chief. Blah, 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 blah. Chioma makes the arrangement, buys the ticket for her to come over. Chief says, I'll pay. She tells her husband, I have to go see Chioma. What for? Me? Maybe when I go see her and I explain our situation to her and I cry to her, maybe she could help. Whatever you want to see Chioma for, you could call Chioma on the phone. You could talk to Chioma. Why do you have to go see her? Well, you know how people are. When you go see them, they know how serious you are and they know the gravity of whatever you're going through. I think I want to go see her. Okay, fine. If you think so, go ahead. He loves his wife, he trusts his wife. He's just even thinking about the stress for her. So she goes over. No, she's planning for the trip. Osazua's friend calls Osazua and say, you know what, I'm back in town, come, let me see you. Osazua gets to the private guest house, meets other guys there. They all sat down. He knows just one of them. Oh wow, it's been a while. They hug each other, they all sit down. Cut the long story short, they told him, well, I'm Droba, this is what we'll do, this is what we'll do. And then, he just spoke for you. It's not like we really want to bring you in, but if you need this, what are friends for? Let's go. Strike this once, I will get something from it. Osazua was shocked. Armed robbers? These are men he thought were businessmen, armed robbers? Now, it's between the devil and the deep blue sea. He's got a son that is going to die any moment from now. That's obviously the only son he can ever have. What choice is he left with anyway? He goes back home to tell the wife, okay, you know what? My friend says to me there's this business in Port Harcourt, I'm going to go with them. And then, whatever I can come up with and whatever you can come up with, let's see what happens. Oh, really? Okay, that's fine. Oh, well, I'll be back. I'll be back this time tomorrow. I'll be back this time tomorrow too. They would leave. Now, Beatrice is with Chief. They're together. She's in Chief's house, Chief's mansion. They were there, Chief is trying to give her all the choices, drinks and food and everything. She wasn't comfortable. To start with, she loves her husband. She never thought a day would come when it would be somebody else. And secondly, she wasn't even comfortable. But she's not here because she wants all this. She's here for her son. Let's go down to business, Chief is trying, make her feel comfortable, calm down. This has been something I've been anticipating and dreaming about all my life in my head. Let's make it count. Okay, to make you more comfortable, Chief brings out his checkbook and signs and gives her a check of 30 million naira. Just to make you feel at home. At this point, she's feeling at home, And then she goes into the shower, she takes a shower. She comes on the bed with Chief, they're romancing. Suddenly, downstairs, some people boggled into Chief's home, into his mansion. He's upstairs, he didn't even hear it, he's excited, he didn't hear whatever was happening in the house. And then they came upstairs and they came straight to his bedroom. Now, in his bedroom, in the heat of Chief enjoying probably the best blowjob he's ever had from Beatrice. Chief is an old guy. It takes a lot to, give him an erection again. So you know what I mean. She had to just go whichever way she knows or whatever trick she knows to just get the whole thing done and over with. And that was the point when the armed robbers stormed in. And do not forget, her husband is one of the masked men with the gun there to rob. But because they were all wearing masks on their face, the wife she can't even fathom or think that her husband would do such a thing. And then the husband was looking at his wife naked, giving another man a blowjob. He was so furious, he was mad, he was angry. He was pacing back and forth. The other gang members were wondering, is he okay? Why is he pacing back and forth? Is he okay? Okay, so Chief, where's the $350,000 you brought in yesterday? Blah 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 blah. Chief didn't even argue. He didn't hesitate. It's right there. It's right there. Get it. They go there. They pick the big bag of $350,000 in the bag. On their way out, Osazua looks back. At this point, the wife was lying on the floor with her face in her hand. And Chief was also there. And he pointed the gun at Chief and he killed Chief and he walked away. His gang members were like, why would you even do that? What did you even do that for? What was that for? He didn't even argue. He didn't even hesitate. He gave us the money. What did you do that for? And he looked at them. For a while, he was short of words. And then finally, the words escaped his mouth. That was my wife. That was my wife. He broke down. Oh no, oh no, oh no. They left the scene. Boom! Everything goes back to normal. Both of them fly back to Lagos the next day. Both unhappy. Both in a state of anger, fear, shock, what have you. Well, the wife comes back with mixed feelings. To start with, she's happy. She got the money. Secondly, she was with a man that was shot last night by armed robbery. She's never seen that before. She was only able to escape from there. She doesn't know if they're going to trace her down or even feel maybe she planned it. So all this, she was overwhelmed. She was shaking. The husband was asking, are you okay? Oh yes, I'm okay, but I'm excited. Chioma was able to take me to her uncle, who was a senator, and then we begged him, and then I cried, and Chioma cried, and the uncle wrote me a check of 30 million. The husband is there looking at her. He's there looking at her. And he says, well, the meeting I went for yesterday with my friends, we did some business. And because I was able to help them with whatever, they also gave me this. So now we can even afford more than the money for the surgery. Now, the both of them are there looking at each other and crying. The wife is wondering, why is the husband crying? The husband is saying it's tears of joy. The man is asking, why are you crying? She says it's tears of joy. Now, at this point, Osazua loves Beatrice. He loves her so much. But at this point, he's confused as to what to do. Should I tell her? I mean, I know she loves me enough not to. She's not even going to leave me when I tell her what happened. Should I tell her this was what I had to do? But telling her, would it change anything? Because he can't even forgive himself or forgive her in the state he saw his wife. The state, every time, he can't take that off his mind. He can't take that off his memory. It's there, it's stamped in there. So it's like a nightmare. Plus, he's never, in all his years of being rascal and being stubborn and he's never killed nobody before. Now, if you were Sezua, what would you do? And also, should the wife tell the husband, see what I had to do? I mean, she knows if she tells him, this is a union that nothing can break, trust me. If not having kids then break them for the longest, nothing can break them. So should she now tell him, this is what I had to do? The shame, the fear. Now the ball is in your court. What do you think Osazua should do? Or what do you think Beatrice should do? Because they are at the edge of going each other's separate ways. Only that they can't explain why. Not the wife per se, the husband. Every time he sees his wife, he's disgusted by her. On the other hand, he understands that she had to do that to save their son. So this is where your opinion and your comments matter to us. Whatever you feel, however you feel, please drop it in the comment section below. And till we come your way next week, thank you for hanging there with us on another exciting episode of Unusual Eunice. And my name still remains Eunice Mambo. Please stay safe out there and stay blessed till I come your way again next week. Ciao.
Unusual Eunice. Unusual Eunice.
Unusual Eunice.
Unusual Eunice.
Unusual Eunice.
Unusual Eunice.
Unusual Eunice.
Unusual Eunice.
Unusual Eunice.
Unusual
Unusual Eunice.
Unusual Eunice.